Hi there, my name is Jeff Gapp, and what we're going to do in this video today is talk about SmartStyles from WoodWing. Now, when you run the installer for SmartStyles, you can see it here. This happens to be for InDesign 2024, but we go back, we support actually back to like 2019 or even before that. When you run the installer, what ends up happening, of course, is we install the plugins in your InDesign case, and then here you can see we also include this folder. This folder has some example material in it, the sample documentation, and this is, as you'll see, we show how SmartStyles work, and then this library. So if we open up this document, what we end up seeing is some pages here that show us different examples of how to use SmartStyles, and right now they look like just plain old text. Well, what we want to be able to do is grab our SmartStyle library that came with this. Here it is. We're going to set it off to the right hand side here, and we're going to walk through the examples. Now, the example name here corresponds to the example that you see here. So example 1, example 1. Using SmartStyles is really straightforward. Essentially, SmartStyles is a pattern matching tool, right? So what we're going to do is go ahead and drag our first example onto the page, and there we are. So you can see here it applied the color, it applied the bolds and things like that. So very simple example of how SmartStyles can work. The second example is a little bit more involved. Example 2, as you can see here on the left, it's going to apply geometry, rotation, and so on and so forth. In the previous example, I dragged the library item onto the text. In this case, what I can do is select this particular text box and then come over here and say, apply SmartStyle. And there we are. So in this case, it's got the shear, flips, scales, some drop shadows, and things like that. Again, it's a pattern tool. It's really watching when you drag things onto the page, the library items, and then it tries to match this what it contains. Third example, third page actually has 3 different examples on it. Here we see some formatted data. So what we can do here, if we want, is go ahead and drag this here, 3-2 to here, and then 3-3 to here. This gives us formatting of tabular data. It really is great at doing this kind of content. Now, the way that these are created, the way the SmartStyles are created, is that we go ahead and we first style the thing that we want, right? So let's just take counties here. So we'd get the data in, we'd use our styles to style it to get to the way we want it to look. And then what you do is you go ahead and you drag this in here. Give it a name. And now in this case, if we were to go to the document, Z, right? Now what we can do is apply our new style to that, and it picks it all up. So you can have multiple examples within your library show of what you want, the different kinds of ways of formatting, and essentially use your old documents to create the libraries that you have here. Example 4 is to show you how you can take one of these designs or one of these format items in the library and bring them onto the page. And so what you do is you hold the Option key, you drag it out to here, but first highlight and then drag. There we go. So the SmartStyles, simple styling. Now you can make changes to the styling that's in here and put this back into the library. Okay. Now, lastly, we have these examples here. The idea is you can apply multiple table stylings in one move. So in this case, what we can do is come in here, and there we go. Right. So certainly one way of doing this, and let's go ahead and we can do this, and we can say also here, apply the SmartStyle. Right, so there we got to both of them. So the highlight was the important part there that helped us select the target, and then now we can go ahead and apply the different styling. So my suggestion to you is to take your InDesign documents that you already have styling in, install SmartStyles, open those documents up, and then drag the styling you want into the libraries and then test that out from there. Thank you.